Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about things that make cooking for weight loss a lot easier, because most of my weight was done by my diet, which is the biggest thing of weight loss is your diet. So a couple things that make cooking a lot easier are eating healthier, but also getting the same taste and good stuff that you always like. A couple things that make it a lot easier is if you use stuff like this. I use cooking sprays, non-stick sprays, instead of olive oil and butter to stop them from sticking. As you can see, I mean, the stuff that's in it that makes it spray probably isn't good for you, but there's nothing in it that affects you, so that helps. Don't use real olive oil, don't use butter, don't use anything like that. And then, sorry about that, oh crap. And then this, scales make cooking a lot easier because you can get your exact weights. Digital scales are easier than analogs, but I use an analog one for my beginning of my diet, and that helped a lot. So those are just a couple little tips that can make cooking a lot easier. I'll talk more in future videos of stuff how to do that. But now I'm gonna go ahead and cut real quick, because at the end of this, I'm about to start. I'm gonna put a meal into this video, and I'm gonna include the macros and a screenshot from MyFitnessPal of calories, protein, salt, and everything in it. And the meal I'm going to cook is a pretty decent sized meal, really filling, it tastes real good. It's going to be a pork stir fry. I usually don't eat pork, but I have a lot of protein left to eat today and a lot more fat than normal. So to start out with, I bought some thin sliced, center cut boneless pork chops, and I will be eating about 8 ounces of it. As you can see, I went ahead and trimmed all the fat off of it. So go ahead and throw that up on the scale. As you can see, it's right at 7 ounces. That's after the fat's been trimmed off. So we're going to go ahead and move this over here. I'm going to say sorry if this isn't the best, because it's really hard to do this with one hand. And then to season the pork for this, I'm going to use some Mrs. Dash salt-free seasoning. I'm going to use the onion and herb. And now there's a lot of different seasonings that you can use. You don't necessarily have to use an onion and herb or Mrs. Dash salt-free. I like the salt-free because I try to keep as much salt out as I can. But you can use any seasoning that you want, like I said. But when you use other seasonings that aren't salt-free, look on the back and see how much salt it contains and the serving size of it. So, because it's really easy to get a lot of salt into your diet, and salt affects water weight and all that from your weighing. But I just keep an eye out for salt. So here's the pork now that's been seasoned. So here in a little bit I'm going to throw it in the pan and get it started cooking. Thin slice is just a lot easier and faster to cook than normal slice. That's why I choose that. And I went ahead and I've already pre-made this. This is going to be for a week. Oh, over a week's worth of rice. Most people say not to eat rice on a diet, but from what I realized when I had my when I started, I ate rice almost every day up until like 60 pounds of a weight loss. So you gotta be careful with your rice. You can eat white rice and you can eat brown rice. They do both have different benefits. I'm not a huge fan of brown rice, so I try not to eat it all the time. But you can eat stuff like jasmine rice. I eat a lot of jasmine rice, which is what this is. And it's for 3/4 of a cup, which is one serving. It's about 160 calories and like 32 carbs, so it's not that bad for you. And for the vegetable part of this, I'm going to be using a orange pepper, some onions, some fresh squash, and then I'm going to use some mushrooms. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these cut up, weighed up and counted, and I'll come back after that. So now that everything's been cooked, it's time to mix it up in the pan. I went ahead and took all the cooked pork chops that I had and cut them up into small squares. And I'm doing a cup of rice instead of 3/4 of a cup of rice, because I had the calories left and the macros for it. So we're gonna go ahead and throw everything in the pan. There's got all kinds. This company or this thing has a lot of different flavors. I've used the Korean stir fry, but it's Tang's stir fry sauce. However you say that, and it's a spicy one. And you can't really tell, but 2 tablespoons will be 50 calories, 1 gram of fat. The only thing it's high in is it's got a lot of salt, but it's okay. So I'm only using 2 servings, which will be 2 tablespoons. We'll go ahead and pour that in there. And let's go ahead and stir that in. So remember, when you're cooking on a diet, you don't have to cut out all your sauces. You just have to be careful with the amount that you use. And like with this, I have 2 tablespoons. If I taste it and I need more, I'll add a little bit more. I covered up the mic the whole time, sorry about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the bowl and do a taste test. So now it's time for the taste test. But before I do the taste test, I'm going to go ahead and read off the macros on this and tell you what it is. So what it is 8 ounces of center cut pork chops, because they're the leanest. That's the 380 calories. 150 grams of squash, 24 calories. 2.5 ounces of an orange bell pepper, 12 calories. 1 ounce of onions is at 9 calories. I did not do 6 ounces. It's 2 ounces of mushrooms, and that will be 18 calories. I did a cup of jasmine rice, which is 220 calories, and 2 tablespoons of the stir fry sauce. So all in all, it's around 50 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat, it's gonna be about 60-70 grams of carbs, and the whole meal altogether, if you eat it all, is 713 calories. And I know it's like a lot of food all at once, but I eat most of my calories at one time, and that's later at night because I'm at work all day. So we're gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like done in a bowl. So that's what it looks like. And I went ahead and added a little bit of extra black pepper because I've been liking a lot of pepper lately. And we're gonna go ahead and have the taste test. See what it tastes like. Get a little bit of pork, rice, and vegetables. It tastes like just normal straight pork stir fry, and it's, you know, low calorie, so this is a good meal to make. This is a good dinner. I mean, you don't have to do this size, of course. You can do it to what you want to eat. It's a great low calorie dinner that will satisfy your hunger, and that'll be it. So thanks for watching.